But let's get into this. This is going to be G2 versus Cloud9 for RLCS League Play Week 4. Going into this game, G2 were undefeated with, I think, 4 wins and no losses. And Cloud9, although they went into this week of RLCS League Play undefeated, they did lose to FlyQuest earlier in the broadcast. They lost 3-1 to FlyQuest, where FlyQuest, who had previously won 0 series in RLCS, were able to take not just a game but a series off Cloud9. So the undefeated team lost to the team that had previously not even won. Holy cow, what a ceiling pinch by JNaps. Alright, so the casters did notice the ceiling pinch. That is insane. Like, to get ceiling pinch on target. No wonder Cloud9 were caught off guard by that one. Yeah, I was really curious when I heard that FlyQuest had beaten Cloud9. I was curious to see what would happen to Cloud9 versus G2. G2 are having their best season in a while, I would say. I think they actually look better right now than they did when they were actually winning. Was it Season 4 that did they win RLCS League Play in Season 4? I can't remember if they won it or if they came second or what was happening. But I do recall that they played quite well that season, but it was mostly JNaps like 1v5ing. This season's been much more of a team effort. JNaps is still the outstanding player, I would say, for G2, but he doesn't have to do as much. Oh well, I say that he's just like banging in goals right now. What is happening here? How does this? Alright, so yeah, Squishy did not see JNaps there, I guess. We were on Squishy's camera, weren't we? Oh no, we weren't. We actually switched to Squishy's camera after he made the mistake, so we didn't get to see that. Let's watch it again. Yeah, we already on. Where's Squishy's like just way off his line there. He didn't expect Rizzo to get this ball to go so straight to JNaps. Really smart play by JNaps though, like ducking underneath the ball with his dodge to get more height on that. You heard some casting the other day say that someone was losing because they were clearing on to this side rather than out to the middle of the field. Who said this nonsense? Clearing to the side is good if you actually clear to the side. Don't confuse like clearing the ball to the side in defense with a really like badly timed or poorly selected clear ball straight into the sidewall that then centers itself on the rebound. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about actually clearing the ball to safety to the side of the field, keeping it away from opponents. That's definitely something you want to do. Alright, Arnold, I'll see you later, man. Day's been good, Draco. How about you? Sorry I can't respond to everything in chat right now because I've not actually seen this game. So I need to pay attention to see what's happening. So far, JNaps has just caught Cloud9 off guard twice with some powerful shots. So when that's happening and you're Cloud9, you realize, or you've got to realize, okay, we're maybe leaving our goal a little bit open here. We might need to step back a touch. And that can, you know, mistakes like that can happen if you become accustomed to playing against a weaker opposition, then you go up against a world-class player like JNaps who's going to make the most of every single touch. That's a bit careless by Rizzo, isn't it? We were on Rizzo's camera, I think, again. Yeah, we were. And you can see here quite clearly that Squishy is facing the ball, and he is not, so he has no business going up for this. In Rocket League, if you're not facing the ball and you're not like equidistant to the ball with your opponent, then you're going to get beaten. You see there, Squishy's actually jumped like miles before Rizzo here. So even if Rizzo goes the fastest that he can go, he's got no chance of beating Squishy to that, and he's the last man back. So it's a bad turn there by Rizzo. No, it was rolling in the corner, and he said that they were stuck in their half because they should be hitting it to the middle where their teammates can follow up. Don't remember his name, but he's the most obscure RLCS casters. I don't know who this is either.
Not Boyce Boyd.
I mean, with any clear, you want to hit the ball into a position that a teammate can follow up. So I mean, it's not entirely wrong. However, usually like clearing the ball straight into the middle of the field is a bad idea, because if you hit the ball towards the middle of the field and your team is defending, that ball is now running away from your team and it's moving towards where the other team's players are likely to be. So you're giving your own team a tough job of playing catch-up, and you're giving the other team an easy job of just waiting for the ball to come to them. And then if they combine that with their own movement, they're going to beat you to it. So these clears into the middle are not a good idea. Oof. The Torment's position is actually not too bad here. I'm surprised he doesn't do more with this. That should probably just be a goal if Torment reacts quicker. I like that far post position though. That's good formation. Cheers Apperdays 440 for the Twitch Prime sub, and Agro 91 for the 2 month in a row tier 1. Was that your September resub? Just curious. Wait, how could it be a September resub? Because September didn't start at the start of September. It's only the 2nd of October now. No, it must not be. Oh! Oh, that would have been so sick. Let's watch that again. Obviously, Gimmick is just trying to score here. Squishy knows it's not on target, so he's trying to do something with it. Obviously, that would have been insane if they'd pulled that off. Okay, nice pass by Kronovi here. Yeah, Squishy's in a bit of an awkward position here, not really doing much at the front post. He could have probably contested this if he was a bit more brave. He was scared that Kronovi was going to boom this onto the back wall. You can see here Squishy's like turning, getting ready to go into the back wall. If he hadn't done that, if he'd not turned, he would have been able to beat Rizzo to this ball. And if he just stayed in goal, he would have been able to probably save this. I think it was probably savable even with his bad position. You sent me a replay on Discord. Candy992, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. That's 3 goals that Cloud9 have conceded by being too far off of their goal line. The ball's just gone over their heads. 2 of them were Squishy, actually. I mean, Torment's clear was hardly the best thing you've ever seen off the back wall that time as well. Just kind of dumped the ball straight down into the middle. Nice placement by Kronovi, well played. Down low. JNaps again, just screwing everybody up with an extra touch. Squishy was not ready for that one. Yeah, Squishy's all over the place this game. I don't know what's going on, but he keeps on driving a little bit too far forward out of position and then missing. But I'm sure that's not going to continue throughout this whole series. What's my title? Can you change my title, Lenny? Because I forgot to change it. At least I got the game right though. Oh, go on, get the drop down pass. Wait. Okay, did Kronovi miss? I think he missed. That's a cool bump though. If G2 had won this, that would have really caused a huge panic for Cloud9 going into the final week, because they would have been 4 wins and 2 losses and still having NRG to play. Not a good spot to be in. It's just such a weird week for Cloud9 after beating EG 3-0 earlier in the season, and then seeing how well EG did against NRG, actually winning. Wait, I mean, you can't be wasting time. I know it looks really funny, and Squishy does always do this in the back corner. He just hides behind the ball. He's trying to bait a 50-50 here. He's hoping that somebody just 50-50s the ball into him, because then it's going to, like, there's no way for Squishy to accelerate this ball quickly without a mad flick. So if somebody comes in 50-50s it, it's going to deflect probably into Cloud9's control. Probably just giving up on this game. You can't do that when you're 4-1 down, obviously.
Lenny Dan's game.
Spoiled the game. Replay reviews are not for are not meant for people who don't know the result. If you don't know the result, go watch the original video, because I'm going to be talking about this with full knowledge of the result. Robin, cheers for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So JNaps is still pretty good at power shots. He's also playing the Dominus, which I didn't talk about yet, but Dominus has been making a comeback this season. I don't know if that's copyright music, I'm going to skip it. I don't know what various players' reasons are for switching back, and as far as I know it didn't get changed, but we'll have to wait and see how players do with it. I mean, we've got Remco and EU playing the Dominus, I think. with Lawler and you think I would disagree with him, I'd have to hear for myself. But yeah, getting out of defense in Rocket League, if you're pinned in defense, like, you want to keep the ball under control. Don't want to hit it away from your team at all. You want to hear what the casters are saying? It's just really some background noise. I sometimes stop to listen, but it's just that there's some noise on in the background. I'm not really paying attention to what they're saying, personally. Excellent pass by Torment. Yeah, Gimmick is still playing the Dominus, actually. I love these center balls off the diagonal wall. They always bounce so awkwardly for the defense. So much more awkwardly than you would expect. It's a hard read on the corner wall. You see Turbo playing the Dominus as well? Surely not. I mean, Turbo's won RLCS in 2 different cars. He's the only player to win RLCS with different vehicles. Twice with Octane, once with Batmobile. Easy to forget that he played Batmobile in the last RLCS. JNAPS is pretty close to getting a flip reset there. Not that it would have mattered too much. Immediate revenge by Squishy there on Gimmick's death. Good boost steal by Kronovi. The thing that's really impressed me with G2 this season is that Kronovi's not whiffing, which might seem like something that you would just expect like these days, but when G2 were struggling, or every time that they have been struggling, it's because things like Kronovi whiffing, or Rizzo the feels backflips during playoffs for the loss to Sad Junior's keyboard mouse play. But yeah, Rizzo last season looked really solid. Oh dear, well, just as I said that Kronovi's actually hitting the ball he misses, but up until now he's been having a pretty good season of actually hitting the ball. Okay, maybe this was out of his reach. It shouldn't be though. This should not be. Yeah, Kronovi's just. How did he end up? It's a pretty funny fall. He just ran out of boost by the looks of things. Remco is switching between Breakout and Octane during Season 3. Oh, you mean he played Breakout when they were rubbish, then he switched to Octane and they won every game? Yeah, I remember that too. I think I was at that LAN, I talked to Remco about it. I was like, when's the Octane coming back, man? Remco's Breakout play at that LAN. I mean, it didn't even look like he was playing that badly, but for some reason, I couldn't put my finger on it, but I was just thinking to myself, him and his team play so much better when he's in the Octane. Although that was like heavy Octane meta back then. In Season 3. You see there that slight hesitation by Gimmick. This is what I mean when I say wait downfield with ball cam on if you end up there, just randomly. And that's what Gimmick is doing here. It's not really planned. He's just thinking, maybe I can get this ball past Kronovi. Okay, no I can't, but instead of straight away rotating out, I'm going to hesitate slightly because he's the first man forward, there's no danger. And he's waiting to see if there's any chance that Squishy's, going to hit the ball towards him. As soon as he realizes that that is not going to happen, that's when he rotates out. So 2 key elements there. Number 1, leave ball cam on just that little bit longer so you don't get surprised by, or you don't miss any opportunities to be in the end of a passing play. Number 2, don't just like blindly rotate out of attack. Those are the best starts to passing plays you're gonna get, I think, in Rocket League. Excuse me. My coffee's not hit yet. Whoa! What? Excuse me. What is this challenge? How is this challenge so bad from Cloud9? I feel like this should not be ending up in the net. Oh, Torment's just done some weird floppy thing, and JNAP scores. Calvar, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate that. Chrissy97, thanks for the 3 months as well. Welcome back, guys.
Beautiful play. Cloud9 who's been controlling the midfield. They can't stop things directly in front of their net with 2.
We will still be doing the podcast this week, by the way, for anybody watching right now on Twitch. The podcast is coming on
What a shot. Can he finish it off? No, it's off the
What? The podcast's coming on Thursday.
Squishy.
So yeah, this is not the wisest hit by Squishy. Sometimes it's better to let the ball go past you. Let's watch this again. So Gimmick is downfield. So if Squishy is going to hit this pass, it's better if he hits it like a little more back in towards his own half. As you can see here, if Torment is going to go for this ball, he's having to extend really far into G2's half. And if he gets beaten, or if it's a 50-50 outcome, that's not good, with Gimmick already being out of the play and Squishy being in the air. So, in that situation, Squishy should try and hit this infield pass slightly back towards his own half, because Torment is in the middle. There he is. He's right here, but he's turned around because Kronovi got there, was obviously going to get there first. However, before he turns, if Squishy had hit the ball slightly back into the midfield, that would have been better. It's very easy to just go on autopilot whenever you're hitting a centre ball in Rocket League, and you just try and hit the ball as close to the opposition's net as possible, and you think, well, the closer it is to the opposition net, the easier it'll be for my teammates to score, because they hardly have to hit the ball any distance whatsoever. But the more important thing to note is where your teammate is and where the goalkeeper is. If you hit that ball close to the enemy goal, you're hitting it close to the goalkeeper. If you hit it further away from their goal, hitting it further from the goalkeeper, and that's going to allow people to get a better, safer follow-up. That was so unfortunate. If that JNAP's hit had gone in, it would have been so sick. I'm from Scotland, mate. Just so you know. Not quite down, unfortunately, for them. Stopped by Torment. Alright, what's Squishy going to go for here? Early dodge does make sense. That's going to get him fast enough to the ball. Well played. If he hadn't dodged here, I don't think he was making this. But the secondary reason to dodge in the middle of that sort of air dribble, aerial, whatever you want to call it, is boost preservation. He's going to get to the ball more efficiently if he does that. And the reason he went for the touch over the top like that at the end is because he saw that the goalkeeper was up and he realized, well, if I can just put this over the top of the goalkeeper, I've scored. But if the goalkeeper doesn't go up, he might have had enough boost for a double touch because of all the boosts he saved from dodging. Oh my days, what is this? This is like, this isn't Season 6 Kronovi all of a sudden. Are you serious, Kronovi? What are you doing? What is this? This is even worse the second time we're watching it. He's got boost, wide open net, plenty time, ball's on the deck, and he just booms it into the post. Oh no. See, that's why G2 well, that's why it was such a things like that is why it was such a surprise when G2 won E-League, is because JNAPS was definitely one of the best players in the world. I think at some point he probably was the best player in the world. And then Kronovi and Rizzo sometimes would just choke a little bit, missing open nets, missing a ball, backflipping by accident. And I'm not hating on them, I'm just stating the facts. JNAPS was 1v5 for a lot of their games early on in this team's career. And I was saying earlier on this review how impressed I've been at G2 this season and how much of a team effort they're making it look, and it's not been JNAPS 1v5. But with shooting like that, it might become JNAPS 1v5. You can see JNAPS is actually now 1v5. He's trying to 1v5, he's just completely cut in front of Rizzo. Oh no, JNAPS has realized it's time to put on the backpack, guys. My ball. Get out the way, Rizzo. Sorry, the last time I checked, your name is in JNAPS, so the ball isn't yours, it's mine. Yep. Very good stuff, JNAPS. For goodness sake. G2 have got to sort this out. If this is their reaction to every time that something goes wrong, they're not going to win LAN. They're not going to be a challenge for Dignitas. They're not going to go deep in RLCS LAN. It's not just about Kronovi and Rizzo stepping up and playing well. It's equally about JNAPS giving them the space to play well. That, I don't know what on earth this is. This is just bizarre. Like, JNaps has gone across the box right now looking for demos. It doesn't happen. So now he's coming just straight back into the play somehow. I don't know. Maybe he has full boost and he's like, I'm going to make a huge play. No, he doesn't even have full boost. I don't know. Yeah, they've got to figure that out. They've got to figure out a better way to respond to something going wrong in the Cronovia or Rizzo department. Something that does not involve JNaps ball chasing. JNaps is pretty good at ball chasing though. I'm going to just put that out there. One of the best ball chasers in the world. And that's not an insult at all. That's a good thing. It's a complete compliment. Who do you guys think is the best ball chaser in the world? Let's hear it. And ball chasing is a skill, by the way. It's like just being able to do stuff with the ball regardless of where you are. Squishy, Scrub, Jesse, Pondex. I would agree. I'm surprised that no... Oh, there we go. Somebody said Justin. I was surprised nobody said Justin because Justin is insanely good at ball chasing. Nobody said Justin before that, did they? Gimmick is greater than JNaps. Gimmick, yeah, Gimmick. I'm not sure if I could put him in the ball chasing category. He's, who do you guys think is more? I think Squishy's more of a ball chaser than Gimmick, I would say. No, I take that back. I think Squishy's better at ball chasing than Gimmick, is what I meant to say. I think Squishy's like the best ball chaser in Cloud9. Justin's the best ball chaser in NRG. JNaps is the best ball chaser on G2. Scrub's the best ball chaser on Vitality. Who's the best ball chaser on Dignitas? Let's hear it, guys. Who's the best ball chaser on Dignitas? I want to know. A pretty even distribution, actually. A pretty even distribution. What, K-Dop? Probably. A lot of people saying K-Dop. Okay, why does everybody think K-Dop is the best ball chaser? Let's hear this. I'm very curious to hear this. The answers for this one. There's no better player. There's no better than player in Dignitas. I think there are several players at the level of players in Dignitas. They're just all on different teams. Because he chases the ball more often? No. Nah, K-Dop doesn't chase the ball. You don't actually score. Like, being the best ball chaser doesn't translate directly into being the top goal scorer. In fact, most ball chasing results in successful assists rather than goals. This season, in North America, you've not really had a good chance to see effective ball chasing because the best teams in North America have only been playing each other at the end. I mean, NRG still haven't played Cloud9 or G2, so we haven't been able to see top tier ball chasing in action from Justin, where he'll probably pop off and get lots of assists. I would say Violent Panda is the best ball chaser on Dignitas. People are going to think that this is a bad thing. They're going to be like, but you don't understand. You guys don't understand. Ball chasing takes skill. K-Dop receives the most passes. K-Dop's very good at like positioning to make himself easy to pass to. Being good at passing in Rocket League is a two-way street. You need people in your team who are good at passing, but you also need people in your team who are good at positioning to receive passes. And you could get the best passer in the world, but if his teammates don't know how to position to receive passes, the best passer is going to be useless. Ignite look really good. Ignite's maybe the best ball chaser on Weedham Girls. Nacho RL, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate that. Thanks for the 4 months as well. Prime from Sinister Rectus. Thanks for plugging Prime as well for me. The Hero245, thanks for the Prime sub. 2 months in a row. Welcome back. Yeah, we're going to go back to the match now, yeah. Other ball, who's the best ball chaser on flip side? It's got to be Yukio, right? Got to be Yukio. Best ball chaser on complexity. Got to be Greasy. What do you guys think? Yukio big time. That's a Yukio fan. A valiant effort by JNaps here. I could see the effort that he put into this backflip. Yeah, he just completely whiffed here. It was JNaps whiffing the ball. He just missed the ball. That's what it was. Why is nobody talking about it? JNaps just missed. I swear that there's this conspiracy in RLCS where JNaps does nothing wrong. He completely missed the ball. Anybody else? Am I the only person who sees this? Whee! Whoops. Oh dear. Whoopsie. Sorry. My bad. Probably lots of apologizing. JNaps is Canadian. I've never heard in an RLCS cast the phrase whiff by JNaps. Even though it has happened. JNaps has whiffed before. Oh! That's what's up. Rizzo with the hard carry. Rizzo 1v5. No more JNaps in the back. More JNaps carrying people around in his knapsack. That was disgusting. What a play. That was very nice. So it looks like Rizzo and JNaps have swapped accounts between games. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Did you see the horrible CRL? I did, yeah. Where are you? You're definitely not in your dorm room, as he says to a guy who's clearly sitting in his dorm room. I have to show that at the end of this, because now people are going to be wondering what we're talking about. Oh. A lot of respect being shown. This is the best way to excuse a team of hitting a crossbar, or excusing a player for hitting a crossbar in Rocket League. You say they respect the other team's goalkeeping so much that they're shooting for the bar down. That's all they're going for. Wait a minute, what's happening here? Kronovi, what was going on, mate? Did Kronovi just have the world's worst boost management? Is he just driving around between pads picking up nothing? Yep. Come on, Kronovi, what's happening here, mate? You've been out of the play for a while. You should at least have 30-something boost right now. He's not boosting. I've gone back to see if he was hurtling into the play here. No, he's just crawling around with 0 boost. Pretty sure Kronovi just missed a bunch of boosts by accident. I mean, you're allowed to leave one person back in a 2v1. It's just, if Kronovi had boost there, he would have been fine. That was the issue. Yeah, I'll show you guys the CRL interview at the end of this review. I'll show it after. Oh, sorry. Okay. That's good lead by JNaps there. He knew he was getting beat. He's applied sufficient pressure to the ball there, just by being present. This is pretty much 3v3 ball pressure 101. JNaps knows that just by him being here, Gimmick is forced to go for a clear here, in case JNaps decides to go for a ceiling shot setup or something off the wall. Oh, cheeky aerial shot by Rizzo. And he went for the bump as well. If Kronovi's shot was better there, I'm sure Rizzo would have committed fully to that bump attempt on Torment. Oh, come on now. What is happening? It's not a bad shot here by Cloud9. Oh dear, what is going on? The Rizzo got bumped. Yeah, Rizzo didn't read the bar down. Kronovi just walked up and flipped. He's like, wee. Oh dear, a little bit of a floppy game here for G2. They had that standout goal from Rizzo though, that was nice. Looney, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. Oh, another one, Overgrown Lizard, thanks for the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate you guys. I like that from G2. This is promising. Look at that, ball control. How about that? Don't see that every day. Ball control in 3v3, trying to work the ball out of defense. Kronovi's had some real boost starved problems this game. I'm not sure if getting a clear is really the thing that he's got to be doing, to be honest. He had a chance to control this one as well. Oh, cheers for another Twitch Prime sub. This time John Dozerman. Subs aren't showing up? Wait. You mean they're not showing... That one showed up for me. Did you guys not see that? I swear it showed up before. I swear they've been showing up the whole time, actually. I think you're having me on. Okay. Not sure what Kronovi's doing in this game, to be honest. I said at the start of this series that I've been impressed this season about how effective Kronovi has been. But that is not exactly the best pinch of all time. Didn't work here and there. Okay, 2 of them literally didn't show up. Alright, can you hear the noise though? I don't know what's going on if he's can hear the noise, but can't see it. Canny992, thanks for the 100 bits. Looked like bronze for that last few seconds, lol. You can say that, yeah, you can say that about a lot of this game. It's been pretty shambolic stuff defensively.
I gave it to Cloud9 because I think that they can control the midfield better than G2 can right now. The single one-on-one challenges, they will create more scoring opportunities, and they will be able to make use of them. And so far, at least against 2-3, that's been very true.
I was trying to listen to what Wavepunk was saying there. I wanted to find out what he meant. I mean, the reason, like, they're talking about why people think Cloud9 are going to beat G2, it's because they have more good players. Quite simple, really. They have players who hit the ball more often and don't get caught out of position as much in general. Good interception there by Kronovi. That ball, though, is, look at this trail. It's so annoying to see stuff like this happen in RLCS where the ball's just like, whoop, whoop, whoa, where are we going? It's like, why? Why is this happening? In the spectator client, you know? I thought the spectator client was running on like a 500 millisecond delay so that you don't see the lag, even if the players do. That's how they should do it, for sure. If it's not done like that. Your resub didn't show up. Just refresh your page. Maybe it'll show up after you refresh. You gotta click the share button at the top of chat. There's a bit of a misunderstanding that happens sometimes. Like, I'm thinking a bit more about this idea of leaving someone alone in defense. Like, in Rocket League, sometimes it's actually better to leave someone alone in defense and pressure the ball. Yeah, JNaps has had a howler here. This is the worst I've seen him play in a while. Terrible defense. If you have two players back in defense and the other team are coming at you with the ball, it's far better for one of you to go and pressure the ball than for both of you to sit back and defend the goal together. So in that sense, you should actually leave someone else alone in defense. I don't know where this idea came from that leaving someone alone in defense is a bad idea. Like, a better way to describe it is you shouldn't really let there be a big disconnect between where your players are. That's the problem. The issue in Rocket League with defensive challenges and layering challenges is when they're too spaced out, and they're so spaced out that a single player can dribble one guy, control the ball again, dribble a second guy, control the ball again, dribble a third guy. If you want to see a good example of that, just watch Lethemir 1v4ing Platinum players on my YouTube channel. You can, you know, dribble one, control the ball, dribble another guy, because the Plat players are not layering their challenges at like quick enough intervals. They're not hitting that sweet spot. They're not challenging at that moment where Lethemir has no control. They're giving him time to recontrol. This is more what you want to look out for when you're trying to analyze why a play worked or why a defense is so successful. Look at how they layer their challenges, how they don't go at two players at the same time, but they don't go one player and then, like, you know, the next month another player. It's like one and then another one and then another one and then another one. Perfect rotation. Stepping in together. And the recovery time between those rotations, if you're like going for double jump blocks where you're flying really up high to get a crazy block and then you take half a year to recover because you've just flown up to the ceiling to try and dunk on someone, you're probably not going to be back in time to, you know, resume your position in the rotation compared to someone who goes up, fakes a challenge and then turns around immediately. You've both done the same thing. You've caused somebody to relinquish control of the ball in favor of attempting to dribble you. It's just one of those challenges has led to a quick recovery and a useful follow-up. The other has not. Sir Pew Pew, thanks for the 3 months of Prime. I appreciate that, man. Sub showed up after you reopen your stream. Yeah, if you resub and it doesn't immediately do something, try refreshing your stream, and then there's a little share button at the top of the chat that you can click. But Batmobile being OP, I mean, Batmobile is less common than Octane, especially in 1v1. So you're like, unless you play enough against Batmobile experts, you're not going to be able to automatically respond to specific situations as they happen in game compared to an Octane player, because an Octane is a car that you've seen in certain positions next to the ball much more than you've seen a Batmobile, and what we do is in our reactions and our predictions in Rocket League is completely dictated by past experience. And if you've not played as much against Batmobiles, you're going to be surprised more often, and it's going to lead you to believe that the car is overpowered, which I don't think it is. The only thing that's a bit weird is sometimes the flicks and the pinches are like, okay, wait, that looked odd. But as you play more, you're probably going to become more accustomed to it. The thing that the thing I remember most specifically in that context is TurboPulse's goal to win RLCS Season 5 against NRG, where he both controlled the ball and then mid-air flicked it much faster than Garrett was prepared for in defense, and it led a lot of people expected Garrett to save that if Fireburner didn't accidentally drive into him, but Garrett later said in an interview he doesn't think he would have saved that regardless of Fireburner's bump, so it was just a great play by Turbo to transition that so quickly into the net. Is the Batmobile wobble still a thing? I don't think it's as bad, but I think it's still a little bit of a thing, isn't it? Is it? Maybe. I've not actually looked for a while. I think the cars do still wobble a little bit. I don't think it's as bad as it used to be. Alright, what's happening here? G2, come on. Are we going to hit the ball in defense this game? Or are we going to start playing a bit more consistently? Is Kronovi going to have boost at any stage of this match? Or is he just going to be on 0 boost every time we look at him? I like that sneak attack by Rizzo coming from behind. Yeah, good idea by JNaps to just say nah to that one. No point in continuing here. Rizzo quick to pounce on his weak hit. I'm seeing Crow go out for it. I'm nervous. Okay, now he's starting to hit the ball. That's good. Oh, what is that? That is the wet fish shot. Kronovi's like charging up the power shot. Ah, unfortunately. Anyone else keep double jumping accidentally since the new season? Then 10 question marks? No, I'm not heard this at all. Long time YouTube viewer, first time on Twitch. Good work. Got a few friends in your channel too. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks, man. Oh! Oh, now this is getting a bit ridiculous. I mean, Kronovi's shot off the post earlier on in this series was a bit stupid, but that's a little bit unlucky. Would have been a great shot as well. Listen, I want to go back again and watch this a second time. Where was it? Kronovi's shot. That pass by Rizzo is so sick, by the way. I just wanted to go back and say that. Look at this pass. I'm almost positive that Rizzo did not have Kronovi in his screen when he hit this ball. He might have, like, before he went up to hit the ball. But yeah, Gimmick and Torment both got completely scammed by that pass. Yeah, JNap's not quite enough boost to reach this one. Would have been better served not driving into the corner though. He could have just hung about and waited to see what would happen and probably had a better chance to save that. Let's just skip ahead. It's a pretty boring goal. Cheers to the Twitch Prime sub, tremendous Matt. I appreciate that, dude. Ooh, a couple of misses from Cloud9. Well, miss hit from Torment, I would say. Followed by a miss completely. It's good control by Squishy. It's hard to stop this from gaining territory. I don't think that the 50-50, I mean, this isn't what he meant to do. He messed up here, but this is really impressive. This here, to get JNaps out of the play and have the ball still fully under control is very, very impressive. And he tried to air dribble it and he just messed up. So that's why we see that resulting in a G2 possession. It's because Squishy beamed it. He had the right idea though. That's a lot of trust by Gimmick to back off that late from an aerial. Is that the real by Mateos in chat? Hey, thanks for the tier 3 sub, Will on the bus. I've accidentally started playing the epic music tab. Just epic music out of nowhere. You've not been a tier 3 sub before, have you, Will? Nah, that's the first time. Welcome, dude. Could put the epic music on. It would make this very exciting. Ooh, straight down? Nah, not straight down. Still enough though. What? Who missed this? JNaps, what is going on, mate? He tried to read this. Why? Why? As you can see, there wasn't really like a huge amount of speed necessary for this one. So I mean, it's a little bit unlucky. It was a difficult one, but yeah, you'd expect a player of JNaps' caliber to hit this. Past 2 games, his overhead clears have been shocking by his standards. But yeah, Cloud9 didn't even have to do much. They're kind of let off the hook here. They didn't have to do too much to win this. Been enough blunders from G2 that Cloud9 have just kind of picked up the win. Like defensive blunders, accuracy blunders in offense.
Double commit there from G2 up into the air when no one was even pressuring them. The sorts of decisions indicative of a team that's not quite sure what to do with their opponents.
Yeah, I think G2 are just a little bit all over the place. I'm looking forward to seeing more and more flip resets this RLCS. There better be a sick flip reset goal this LAN. If there isn't, I'm going to be disappointed. Cheers to the Prime sub, Arnon. Welcome to the stream, buddy. You're so happy today. Want to know why? Well, of course. Why would I not want to know? You'll have probably all identified yourselves. Like, the thing that usually yields the most goals for G2 is their more deliberate passing plays. That's a very cheeky recovery by Rizzo. I love that goal, actually. Look at this, the most effortless goal. It's like the no-look, just pop, just driving away as the ball pops off the top of his car. I love that. Yeah, the CRL interview, I'll show that right after this, yeah. Oof. Oh, good read by Gimmick. Somebody missed this again from G2, that they're just whiffing in defense. This should not be happening. Yeah, it's Rizzo this time, he just whiffs. Too much momentum when he jumped. He knows he has to go quick because Gimmick's not going to wait around for that one, but you still can't be missing that. This is an easy series to learn from if you're G2 though. That's the best thing about this for them, is that this is going to be an easy one for them to identify their mistakes. Their mistakes are so blatantly obvious. There's been issues with just complete whiffs in defense, accuracy problems in offense. I would say a bit too focused on hard clears maybe. Especially this last game. They've just been pinging it and hoping for the best, and that's not really going to work against Cloud9, who are going to pass on an open net. Gimmick just boosting Squishy's fantasy score here. And yeah, Cronovia I think had some boost issues today as well, so they need to just take a look and figure out what on earth happened, pretty much. Cloud9 didn't... I don't think this is a particularly impressive series by Cloud9. I was wondering what I was going to see here, because I did watch the Cloud9 FlyQuest series. Oh, Squishy not able to get the... wait, yeah, it was Squishy at the end there, trying to get the flip reset goal. Cloud9 didn't look that impressive. I saw they lost to FlyQuest, I was like, ooh. Cloud9 might not be as much of a challenge to Dignitas as we thought. But, maybe if they did really well against G2, it was just we could put it down as a blip. But yeah, Cloud9 didn't really have to work too hard for this one. It was kind of gifted to them. Now, let me see if I can get this CRL interview up here. So if I minimize this, what's going to happen? Okay, so everybody's just spamming. Good, very good. Of course. Right, I'll go to the Rocket League Esports channel and find this interview. Here we go. So this is after, I don't know what the CRL is. This is College Rocket League or something. I don't really understand how that works, but yeah, you take a look at this bio on the right here. He looks like he's in his room, right? I mean, all we've got for reference is a bed frame and a duvet, and him probably sitting on the floor, I imagine. So It's fairly obvious what's going on. He's just like he's just playing in his room, just playing some Rocket League. But anyway, let's see what the interviewer's got to say to him about this.
Oh, not shock. I'm sorry. Soul Flip.
Yeah. You guys are awful at this.
So he gets his name wrong.
Got you. I'm terrible. Where are you right now? Like, are you in some kind of auditorium? Like, you're not in like your dorm room or anything. Like, where are you sitting?
Dude, that's a bed. What are you talking about?
I'm not wearing my glasses.
Yeah.
The player's just so
far
unamused.
So
I
we're bad
know.
at this, Jorby. We're bad at this?
I didn't say. He said that we were bad at it. I'm
gonna
sorry.
go.
I don't know what
the
they're
next
talking about at the
question.
end here, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Oh, not shock. I'm sorry. Soul Flip.
Yeah. You guys are awful
I
at
just got
this.
you. I'm terrible. Where are you right now? Like, are you in some kind of auditorium? Like, you're not in like your dorm room or anything. Like, where are you sitting?
Like, I don't know how you get this wrong. Auditorium. All right. I mean, in case anybody doesn't know what an auditorium is, let's just enlighten you. These are auditoriums. You know, lots of chairs, a stage, maybe a curtain, some lights. So, yeah, you get the idea. These are all auditoriums. How you ever
In, like,
think
your-
that this... Wait, there's even a blow-up image. This... How is this an auditorium? I don't understand how this could be an auditorium. I just don't see any resemblance whatsoever. He was trolling. I seriously doubt that, given the reaction. Like, there's no resemblance. Like, glasses or not. I mean, if I blur my eyes, it still doesn't look like an auditorium to me. It looks very much like a bed. I don't know. A very good question as well, I must say. Great opener. Players probably just like, yeah. But yeah, that was that was the interview that we're talking about.